I'm Meg. Me new to the hill? For 10 caps, I can give you the tour. Nobody knows a place like me.
Sure. Take the tour.
It's up front. Thank you. Market's in the back, bars in the corner, and the outhouse is over the wall. Bye.
Haven't seen you before. If you need a doctor, let's get you examined.
Welcome, my friend. Might I ask, do you have a Geiger detector?
Mine is in the shop.
You? I was expecting someone of the feminine persuasion. You're with our mutual friends. Yes?
Let's say I am.
Of course. You've just joined, haven't you? All you need to know is this is the first stop for all new packages. So maintaining proper security here and preventing any unnecessary delays is crucial.
A trader always has to merchandise sufficiently.
Exactly. My current package has been in my possession far too long. I'm supposed to deliver the package to some place nearby. But raiders have complicated matters. So if you could...
So I just need to wipe out raiders. Done.
I like you already. We're supposed to make the delivery at night. So once you clear out the undesirables, you'll meet after the sun sets.
Too many miles on the road.
Load a little heavy there? I'll buy anything you don't need and sell everything you do.
You have any paying work?
Yeah, I have something. It ain't easy though. Caravanners just love swapping tall tales. But I've heard one story. Apparently, the Northern Road goes straight through an old military training yard that's just crawling with a horde of feral ghouls. And that's cutting it.
I'm
I'm tired of slowing us off.
Sounds like me a lot than
Clearing
that
that road benefits everyone.
I already cleared the
Well,
Hi.
I fixed up most of what's here myself, so it's all guaranteed. Unless you return it.
Ammo, weapons, and messy death. I got it all. I might be a doctor one day.
Babe,
Or maybe
come here real quick. Have you ever been to Boston before? Oh. Have you ever been to Bunker Hill in Boston before? This thing. The last time we've been here, I was like little kid. And it's funny because you can actually, I remember walking up this shit as a fat little boy, and I hated it. I was so mad, like, it just goes to the very top, almost like Statue of Liberty vibe. But it's like, I think it's like 700 and something steps.
Would you be able to jump up high there?
Like the Mitsui sign?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they took precautions by now. But you can't look at. Oh, let's see if I can. Oh, I can't.
Got company. Oh no! Need help!
Who's there? Playing games with me, huh?
up. Why are you shooting at me? Why am I being shot all of a sudden? I don't get this shit.
Secure the delivery site. Then we'll join.
Stick to the road.
Hey,
Hey, Jen, step right up. A little bit of everything.
maybe later.
Take your time.
I'm half tempted to join the railroad.
Hey, you. Talk some sense into my numbskull son. Getting involved with the railroad is just trouble.
What's the railroad?
The
The
freedom
fighters,
willing
willing
to
to
risk
risk
their
their
lives
lives
for
for
sins.
sins.
And that
And that means
they
they fight the institutes.
Only
Only ones that do.
What?
Oh, you think that's noble or some bullshit?
That
That
just
just makes them idiots.
No
No son of mine is going to throw his life
with
with
those
those lunatics.
It's always good to help people.
I have no problem helping.
All
I do here is some crusty old caravan hands.
No offense. At least
At
the
least the
railroad's
railroad's
fight.
fight. Might as well go off and
I wouldn't mind getting some service here.
where my man?
Got every liquor from the Commonwealth here. Benefit of
Benefit
being
of being
a
a
caravan
caravan
trader's
trader's
favorite
favorite buck.
Let's see what you have.
I can't promise a.
Booze
Booze
and
and
grub,
grub,
right here.
You have any work?
Well,
Dad, you're not
you're
gonna
not going to send him on that same wild goose chase. Hey, he brought it before us of all we started slinging rod for thirsty caravan hands. We came from a line of Minutemen.
My
My grandpa, Brent Sabaldi,
was
was the last.
He
He died fighting raiders just outside Malden.
If you could
If you could find any of his personal effects,
If the price is right.
Malden ain't the safest.
If the price is right.
This ain't a haggling matter.
I'll pay.
I'll pay.
I'll find you.
Just
Just be careful, Ollie.
Excuse me.
Fine
Fine place to sleep right here. Reasonable rate.
Hey there.
Everything looks clear. This is H222. H2. Here's the person I talked to you about.
Nice to meet you, H2.
Another person actually happy to meet me. This'll take some getting used to.
Remember what I told you, H2. I'll
Fire up the signal.
Hey, H2.
From what I've been told, it's probably safer if I don't say anything.
And
I don't want to put you in any more danger.
I'm trying to go. Keep H2 safe. Someone will be here shortly.
Don't shoot. Whisper. Right?
I heard about you.
Walked the Freedom Trail, cleared out Switchboard. Glad you joined the team.
Do you have a Geiger counter?
Right,
You are.
Mine is in the shop. All good? Now, let's take a look at our friend. Hey, you okay?
A little rattled, but I've never been better. The other man, he said I shouldn't talk too much.
I told you right, H2. You'll need a real name and a new face. But we'll get to that. Oh, listen. There's more than Raiders behind you. Afraid we need a little more help.
What type of help?
We need to get to Ticonderoga Safe House, my home. A lot of sense fresh off the boat crash there until we smuggled them out.
Ticonderoga, here we come.
I'll lead the way. Phase 2. Gotta keep moving. Sent back up tonight.
High rise.
We can catch up at Tiger. We just gotta make it there alive first. And we're here. All in the night's work for you agents.
Just part of the service.
I think I'm gonna like you even more than Glory. If you ever need grub, bullets, just a power nap. Take the elevator up to Tiger. The house is yours. But right now, I need to take care of H2. Later.
Bring something home to remember your visit to the science center. Welcome to the science center. Looking for a souvenir? What's for sale? 25% proceeds on.
That was anticlimactic.
Doc.
The H-222 situation appears to have been resolved satisfactorily, but there's yet more to be done. Since the fall of the switchboard, we've ascertained the fate of all but 2 safe houses. I want you to check on Augusta.
I'll get it done.
Details await the dead drop. Have a care.
Have a care.
The plinth is called the Prince, and it's operated by the Brotherhood of Steel. The Brotherhood of Steel are a formidable, highly advanced order. And they've come here to destroy sin. Shit. Spread the word. The Brotherhood are our enemies. There's no possibility of peace. Tinker Tom is spearheading a fail-safe plan to deal with this Brotherhood. Code name Red Glare. But for now, we monitor them and keep them clear of our operations. The focus remains on the Institute. You've all got jobs to do. Do them.
Tom needs
something?
Keeps bugging me. All you need to know is there's a machine that can get me inside.
So that's what the Corsair chip was on.
I hope that you take that armament off Cobra.
Sometimes the direct approach isn't the best way. By now, I'm sure you deduced that our arrival at the Commonwealth wasn't coincidental. We're here because of a unique energy reading, according to us, the moment of the Institute. And everyone was to accomplish this goal. We need to locate the Institute's headquarters. I've had our scribes meticulously searching the Commonwealth, but they've come up empty-handed. The only logical explanation is that they've gone underground. That's where we need your help.
Guess what? This is your lucky day. I have a way inside.
The method is useless without the means to make it work. Perhaps we should pool our resources to achieve our common goal. Now, indulge me for a moment by satisfying my curiosity. Tell me why you're so eager to get into the Institute.
I think they're the ones kidnapped my son.
The Institute prays weak to further their ends. Together, we'll make them pay for their crimes. I'll call ahead and brief Proctor. Report to the airport and get to work on the project right away.
Yum and hug a good child. It'd be a super.
Still good.
My list of maintenance fixes keeps getting longer and longer.
Elder Maxon said you'd help me build the signal interceptor.
Oh, looks like you're calling the shots around here now, huh? All right, I'll bite. What does your new miracle device do?
The Institute uses teleportation in and out.
Teleportation?
Molecular transmission via encrypted RF waves? Okay, even I have to admit, that's genius. This explains why we've been picking up anomalous energy readings all across the Commonwealth. Not to mention how they get their tin soldiers to come out of the damn walls. And this little beauty allows you to literally hijack a return signal. Instead of grabbing the intended target, it grabs you instead. Impressive.
Yeah, I don't want to flake on them. I'll just wear a mask.
Hey, we're talking.
You definitely know stuff.
Damn. Got all the details here, but I'm thinking you can get started by building a stabilized platform. It's going to take a cargo hold full of high-grade metal, but...
Can you give me a list of what I'll need to build this platform?
Of course. Here's a list of everything you need to find. You're also going to need...
Any luck building the platform yet?
Yes. I'm ready to build the rest of it.
Good.
Let's move. Here's a list of everything we'll need.
Now I
know some of that might...
Looks good.
I wish I had. No matter how many battles we win, there's always one to fight.
Ready to continue our mission, soldier?
That depends.
I'm locked and loaded when you're ready.
Not now.
No problem.
take offense to Marcy. She's working through the most in her own way.
Just look in the trade a little. Excuse me, Elder Max.
I can't talk right now. I have a lot on my mind.
You did it.
We're close. All we need is enough power to fire up the signal interceptor.
Like splitting out, guys. Not pretty much.
I get him. My
too busy to speak right now.
We're close. All we need is enough power to fire up the signal. Better check all your connections and make sure all the components are wired together on a single grid.
I'll send for you if I need.
beam emitter out of alignment will never trap the signal properly. See what you can do about it.
Fucking get it, bro. It's driving me crazy.
Proctor and Group.
We're close. All we need is enough power to fire up the signal interceptor. Better check all your connections and make sure all the components are wired together on a single grid. Beam emitter out of alignment will never trap the signal properly. See what you can do about it. close. All we need is enough power to fire up the city.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Ingram?
Better check all your connections and make sure all the components are wired together by a single group.
To make sure this is on the same grid as the rest of the simulators. Excuse me, Proctor Ingram.
With the beam emitter out of alignment, we'll never trap the signal properly. And see what you can do about it. We're close. All we need is enough power to fire up the signal interceptor.
I'm occupied. We'll speak later.
Place a large round on close to the large enemy. Large round.
check all your connections and make sure all the components are wired together on a single grid.
To make sure this is on the same grid as the rest of the signal interceptor.
That's all I had to do. Thank you so much. Yeah, I appreciate you. I would have went fucking nuts.
Maxon's waiting to talk to you, and I'm not throwing a switch until he gives us the go.
Sir. Remarkable work, Knight. The signal interceptor appears to be complete. Are you ready to put it to the test?
You sure Ingram knows what she's doing?
Proctor Ingram's managed to keep a 40,000-ton airship aloft for the past 5 years. I'd say that earns her the benefit of the doubt. That being said, this is the first time we've attempted to directly adapt Institute technology. When we throw that switch, we don't know exactly what's gonna happen. God willing, you'll end up inside the Institute, and the mission can continue. We don't have time for this, Knight. Say something. We don't have time for this, Knight. Say something. We don't have time for this, Knight. Say something. We don't have time for this, Knight. Say something. We don't have time for this, Knight. Say something. We don't have time for this, Knight. Say something. We don't have time for this, Knight. Say something. We don't have time for this, Knight. Say something.
What are the details of my mission?
I'm glad you asked. Now, I want you to listen very carefully. Once you've entered the Institute, we expect to lose contact. So it's imperative you remember everything I'm about to tell you. About 10 years ago, the Brotherhood began recruiting civilian scientists from the capital wasteland to assist with various projects. During this process,
how did the Brotherhood meet Dr. Lee?
She was part of a civilian project in the capital wasteland that the Brotherhood appropriated. It wasn't difficult to convince her to stay. That said, Dr. Lee's contributions to our cause were instrumental in maintaining order in the capital wasteland. After some time, she developed differences with the Brotherhood and exiled herself to the Commonwealth. We're fairly certain that her intent was to make contact with the Institute.
What sort of differences?
Although she was working with the Brotherhood of Steel, she never formally joined as a scribe. After the capital wasteland was secured, she objected to the Brotherhood's continued military presence there. I think she assumed we would just walk away from it all. She was wrong. Your mission is simple. Once you're inside the Institute, we want you to track down Dr. Lee's whereabouts. If you find out that she's still alive, make contact with her and convince her to return to the Brotherhood of Steel. There's a special project we're working on.
Right. What's this project that needs her attention?
Dr. Lee previously worked on a potent weapon for the Brotherhood of Steel. We'd like her to continue where she left off. That's all I can tell you. Listen to me, Knight. I'm well aware. Just keep your mind on the mission. Good luck.
Elder Maxon.
Refrain from opening fire inside the Institute. It could jeopardize our entire mission.
I've checked and rechecked everything. I think the signal interceptor's ready to go. Are you?
Let's do this.
All right. Head up onto the platform and we'll see if I can find a signal to lock onto. The device doesn't work from over there. You have to be on the platform. Let's see. Relays dialed in. Beam emitters warmed up. Everything looks green. Let me start scanning for the signal. Cross your fingers. I'm inputting the code now. Wow, there's a heck of a lot of interference and ghosting. It's gonna take a minute or two to lock in. By the way, this little trip you're taking is a heck of an opportunity to find out as much as we can about the Institute and what they're up to. I put a clever little program on this holotape that'll scan their network and download anything it finds. If you place it in any terminal down there, it'll do the rest. Bring it back to me and I'll see if I can make sense of whatever it found. Well, well, looks like we have a winner. RF wave capture complete. Ramping the emitter. 60%, 80%. Emitter spiking but steady. All that's left is to throw the transmit switch. Transmitting in 3, 2, 1. Stay safe, soldier.
Hello? I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I'm known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator.
No use.
I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression. Welcome to the Institute. This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, And our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
Would need the key. Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Sean? Is that really you?
Who are you?
Sean, where is everyone?
Father, what's going on? What's happening?
Yes, it's me, your dad. I'm here, Sean.
What's going on? Father? Father!
Sean, open the door.
I don't know you. Go away. Father! Father, help me! There's someone here, help me!
Sean, please, calm down. I'll get you out of there.
Father? Father, help me! He's trying to take me! Father? Father, help me!
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
Father? That's your name? Your title?
Father is my unofficial title. It's what I've come to mean to the people of the Institute, just as you mean to your son, to Sean.
Just help me understand what's going on here.
I promised answers, and answers you shall have. But I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been rewarded. It's good to finally meet you, after all this time. It's me. I am Sean. I am your son.
How is that even possible?
I know this is a lot to take in. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the son you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality, and here I am. raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
They stole you, kidnapped you. Wasn't right.
Right, wrong, irrelevant. It was necessary. The Institute believed humanity's future depended on it. At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being. Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
Human synths? Really?
Human-like synths. A great distinction. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me, after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
60 years. So much time. Wasted.
I know. I know you must have questions. Please. Anything I can do to help you understand.
Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
You knew the man was a psychopath, but you used him anyway?
Would you have preferred that I turned him loose on the Commonwealth? At least keeping him on a short leash kept the collateral damage to a minimum. The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. I will freely admit that. Institute technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far beyond any normal human lifespan. He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you, us, to have some amount of revenge. What else can I say to ease your mind?
Your mother. She never got to see you grow up?
Yes. What happened to her was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage.
Collateral damage? Is that all she was to you?
I forget that it's been such a short time for you. I don't have any direct memories. and I've had my entire life to cope with the loss. Has it always been easy? Of course not. But I've done my best to move on and live my life. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation, and that was that. With old age comes regret. And asking what if more often. But what matters now is that you and I have a chance to begin again. What else can I say to ease your mind?
So you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades working to reach this point. It's a responsibility I take very seriously. The Institute. It's important. It really is humanity's best hope for the future, no matter what those above ground might think of us.
They need your help, Sean. It's rough up there, to say the least.
Oh, we've tried that. Surprised? The Institute once tried to help create a stabilized Commonwealth government. It ended in bickering, infighting. It was a disaster. No. We look after our own now. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen or heard, I know I can convince you of that. Just give me time. I know there's more for us to discuss. But the Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. Your presence would be appreciated as we approach them. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build a life for myself and the people of the Institute. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that. Doesn't that intrigue you? Isn't that what you want?
You want me to stay here? In the Institute?
Yes, that is what I propose. Is it so hard to imagine? The Institute can provide a better life than anything above ground. You've been in the Commonwealth. You've seen what it's like. I assure you that you are better off with us.
How can you say that? How can you be so dismissive of all those people? Everything they've done?
Because it is the simple truth. And I believe you know it too. I simply ask that you give the Institute, me, a chance. A chance to show you what I've been telling you. We really do have humanity's best interest at heart. Will you take that chance?
Are you sure you want this?
Yes, I am. It would benefit us both to work together.
All right.
Thank you. The Institute is now your home, as much as it is mine. Please take some time, get to know it. Meet the people you'll be working with. You'll want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore in Facilities, Dr. Ayo in SRB, Dr. Holdren in Bioscience, and finally Dr. Lee in Advanced Systems. They've all been notified of your arrival, of course. Meet them, and then we'll discuss what comes next.
Sean, about this synth.
You mean the child? It's a fascinating project, really. There are issues to be solved, of course, but we've made remarkable progress.
Why build it to look like you?
We'd advanced the technology behind synths to a point where this struck me as an interesting variation. A new angle, if you will. Modeling it after myself seemed only natural, what with the Institute's records on my genetics and physiology. I'll make sure it's brought back online in the near future. You'll have an opportunity to interact with him further. But I'll admit I'm curious. As a parent looking for a child, looking for the younger version of me, what do you think? Do you think you could love him? Like you would a real boy? I hope you're not too overwhelmed.
I don't need a synth. I found the real Sean.
Yes, but not the Sean you were looking for. In some ways, the synth is far closer to what you expected. I wouldn't claim to know everything you're feeling, but if in some small way the boy's presence can help, I hope you'll keep an open mind.
A clean floor. Are your visual receptors malfunctioning?
Welcome to the Institute, sir.
Excuse me, Doctor.
You know what happens when people get robots to do all their work? They get fat and lazy, that's what. Real people...
No argument here.
Nice to meet someone who isn't upset. I've been saying for years that we're too reliant on these synths. Maybe you can talk some sense in. In any case, I suppose I should say, welcome. Perhaps a fresh perspective will do some good around here. Don't make excuses. You're clearly
Excuse me.
defective, and I
Operating
intend to report
at full
this.
capacity.
Perhaps after you've been disassembled, we can use your components to make something that's actually useful.
Look, Director, I'm gonna make the same recommendation I did last time. We did everything we could. 4 years dedicated to preserving this Commonwealth provisional government. You've seen the same reports I have. It's falling apart and fast. We need a plan for what happens when that fall is complete. I know some of the other divisions have suggested we just cut off all contact, hide underground and pretend nobody's home. That would, in my opinion, be a mistake. We can't just give up on these people. And with the Android program, we don't have to. We'll soon have the capabilities to deploy androids to the surface in great enough numbers to maintain order. Just think about it, all right? Keep it in mind moving forward.
Synths aren't human beings, but supposedly they're the future of humanity.
All systems nominal.
Actually lost his mind. I can't believe he really expects me to do this. I've always been on board with the Gen 3 program. It makes sense, but this? Nothing good can come from this. How am I supposed to explain to my staff that Sean wants a child synth for no immediately apparent valid line of research? And to base the physical features off records of his own childhood? It defies all logic. No, I can't do this. I won't.
Greetings, sir.
It's an honor to have you here, sir.
Hey.
Reporting status. All functions normal.
Almost done. Just need to tighten up this primary
Scanning.
drive servo.
Subject
That's the
identified.
third primary drive break.
Hi, Doc.
They weren't
I
kidding.
don't know.
You really are
Most
here.
of them have lasted
Well, all
long
right.
past their projected
I'm
lifespans.
Allie
If you ask
Fenmore.
me,
You can think
they
of
were
me
built
as the
pretty well.
Institute's chief engineer. When Father told us about you, I could hardly believe it. You've been through so much, I think most people would have just given up. If you don't mind my asking, what was it that kept you going all that time?
I just wanted to find my son and keep him safe.
Now that you've found him, I hope you're proud of the great man he grew up to be. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the facilities division, and then I'll answer any questions you might have afterward. As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical and electrical systems running smoothly. We maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it possible to live and work in a place like this. There's a lot of machinery behind these walls that recycles the air and water and provides power to the laboratories and quarters. The work we do might not be as exciting as some of the other departments, but it's at least as important. So, now that you're here and you've spoken to Father, does that mean you're on board?
On board with what?
The Institute, of course. Sean implied you operated on a level, if not equal, then at least similar to the rest of us. Curious. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the Facilities Division, I'm happy to discuss it.
It must be a challenge to meet the power demands of a place like this.
Absolutely. We scratch and scrape for every precious ounce of voltage that we can. Over the years, we've learned a few tricks that help supplement our power budget. When necessary, we can tap into select sources on the surface. We take only what we need, of course. Fortunately, Advanced Systems is always working on new solutions to generate more energy. It's a good thing, too, because the demand is always increasing. You don't even want to know what a single use of the molecular dematerializer consumes. I can't argue with that. Even so, I'm ready to see the full Gen 3 roll.
There we go. All set.
Gotta find the terminal. Hacking this is beyond on me.
Thank Thanks again.
Of course. We're all looking forward to working with you.
Hey there.
Greetings. As the Institute's requisition vendor, I can provide supplies for your missions on the surface. How may I assist you today?
Let's see what you got. Sweet.
Dr. Holdren's synth gorilla.
Hey.
You're here. Glad you made it. Theoretical limits are made to be broken.
Humanity's future is taking root right here. Please resist any urge you might feel to eat the specimens in the hydroponic garden.
Doc.
Yes, yes, I'm sure that whatever you have to say is very interesting, but now simply isn't a good time.
Working on something important?
All of my work is important. Now, if you're quite finished, I'd very much like to get back to these mental equations. They're difficult enough without the distractions.
Okie doke. I'll let you get back.
Good.
It's great to have you here.
Doctor.
Welcome. So good to have you here. Dr. Clayton Holdren, head of the Bioscience Division. I can't wait for you to see the work we're doing. It's truly amazing.
I look forward to learning more about it.
In that case, let me give you a brief overview of what we do here. As the name implies, the Bioscience Division specializes in fields of study such as botany, genetics, and medicine. Our most important directive is to ensure the health and well-being of everyone in the Institute. To that end, we cultivate highly specialized breeds of flora for use in food and medicine. We've even started to explore the idea of synthetic animal life. You probably saw the gorillas. They're really just a pet project at this point, but the potential is exciting nonetheless.
Yeah, I can't imagine anything more exciting than fake gorillas.
Speaking only for myself, I find them fascinating. Of course, I might be a little biased. I'm sure I've taken up enough.
I'm an outsider. Would there even...
Even if science is our project, from what I've heard, you are both fearless and resourceful. I think you'd be ideal for that kind of role. In any case, I imagine you'll want to continue looking around.
Is there anything I can...
There might be.
Uh-huh.
Please resist any urge you might feel to eat the specimens in the hydroponic garden.
Is it true Food Supplement 77 has been discontinued?
That is correct.
I can't imagine. That was my favorite one. Surface. Sounds like a nightmare.
I will be happy to forward your request to the Bioscience Division. In the meantime, please feel free to enjoy
I want Supplement 77.
Sorry, sir, but that supplement is no longer.
No visible reaction to the K-14 compound. We'll start the next trial then. The dosage will be much larger this time, and the side effects will likely be more pronounced.
Will there be any
Excuse
pain?
me.
I honestly don't know. I suppose it's your job to find out. Now, once you've settled in, I'll want to do a physical and get a file going on you. No hurry, though.
After what I've been through, a check...
I should think so. How about you take some time to get comfortable? In the meantime, you come see me if you need to get patched up.
Yes.
I hope I'll prove a useful test subject for you, Doctor.
You know the protocol, sir. Authorized personnel only.
So Dr. Mayo thinks
Remember to keep unnecessary power consumption.
Hey, Doc.
Also, if you haven't, it's a real juggling act, trying to keep all the systems down here operating in the green. This place might look I lose sleep, Warren.
How old are we talking about?
Well, the reactor and a lot of the related... Most of the I guess each generation's been tinkering. There's some stuff I need to check on. The last thing we need is more synths bumping into walls. All right. That's all for now.
It must make you proud to see all that Father has done, all that he has built.
our new synths are so lifelike, I keep mistaking them for real people.
When are you going to tell me about this mysterious phase 3?
She's been at it for over 2 hours. What is she even testing?
Nothing. At this point, she's just doing it for fun.
Excuse me.
Huh?
Well, that was productive.
Rushed work is sloppy at best, and deadly at worst.
It's really exciting having you here. I can't wait to see what you can do.
Hi there. Sorry if I seem distracted. I memorized 5 sets of design schematics and now I'm doing detailed mental comparisons.
Come on, don't bullshit me.
I didn't say it was easy, but I've been practicing at it since I was a little girl. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. I just wanted to say how much I admire Father, and that it's an honor to meet. I really hope you'll stay here with us.
This is day 8 of Trial 6. The last week has been very productive but exhausting. I think we'll need a break after this. Benet has done some really marvelous work with the personality mesh. It's almost too good. The responses map almost identically to expectations, some of the most lifelike I've seen. Of course, it's not really Sean. None of his memories are in there. That, even now, would be a step too far. It's starting to have an effect on the team, I think. I know I've been caught up in the moment once or twice. Just a second or two, forgetting that he's not a real boy. Still, I think we'll need to consider restricting him to the lab only for the moment. I'm well aware that others are put off by his presence. If I were slightly more arrogant, I might consider that a sign of success.
He sometimes has theoretical physics questions for me, though I think it's just an excuse to talk to him.
That's what I thought. He's a good kid, but I'd appreciate it if he didn't bother you at work. We don't need any more distractions.
Of course, Dr. Watson. I'll do my best to discourage you.
Excuse me, Dr. Lee?
Oh, it's you. You're not authorized to be here.
Actually, I was looking for you.
Me? Why?
You're the scientist. Why do you think I'm here?
Well, let's see. A Brotherhood of Steel airship arrives in the Commonwealth. You find a way to intercept our teleport signal, and now you show up at my door. I knew it was just a matter of time before your people would track me down. I've been looking over my shoulder for almost a decade, waiting for them to send someone like you to kill me.
Why would we want you dead?
I did some pretty sensitive work for the Brotherhood of Steel. Even though Lyons let me go, there were a few others in the ranks that thought I knew too much. That's why I came to the Institute. It was the only place that I thought I'd be out of the Brotherhood's reach and still be able to do my research. Since Father trusts you, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I might not agree with everything he says, but I know he'd never allow harm to come my way. Say what you came here to say, and then leave me alone.
Are you happy here?
You'd think being surrounded by cutting-edge laboratory equipment and some of the greatest minds the world's ever known would be enough. Only problem is the lack of transparency. I don't think we get the full story on everything that occurs down here. What does that have to do with why we're talking?
The Brotherhood needs your help, Doctor.
Needs my help? Why? They seemed to have everything under control when I left.
Did you abandon any projects you wanted to complete?
You should know better than to ask me that. If they didn't tell you what I was working on, they didn't want you to know. I'm certainly not going to put my neck on the line and spread their dirty little secrets. Tell me something. Why would I possibly want to come crawling back to the Brotherhood? What reason would I have to throw away everything I've accomplished here?
Father trusts me, and so should you.
He trusts you because you're family. I'm not. I can't just take your word for it. I need more than that.
I give up. What would it take to convince you?
All right. I'll play your game. I had a colleague down here, a Dr. Virgil. Several months ago, there was an accident in his lab, and he was killed. I wanted to help with the investigation. The incident never sat right with me. The more I asked about it, the more I felt, if you bring me solid information on what killed him, do we have a deal?
I know this may come as a shock, but Dr. Virgil is still alive. I met him myself.
Oh, please. Do you really think a cheap tactic like that is going to work on someone like me? Stop trying to avoid the deal.
Deal.
All right. Dr. Virgil's lab was in the Biosciences division. I can give you a code that will get you into the section, but the lab itself has been sealed, so you'll have to breach it on your own. I'd tell you to be quiet about it, but your brotherhood and discretion isn't... And finally, if you get caught, we never had this conversation. Now, for the sake of keeping up appearances, let me see that. I've been told to install a core. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the Institute at will.
A courser chip? What's it do?
The same thing it does for... In case, if nothing else. Speaking of...
Nothing to report, sir.
Most men lack the patience to observe and document plant growth.
Dr. Watson can be a little obsessive when it comes to rules and policies.
That's it. That's it.
Contact.
Got it. Sweet.
Engaging hostile.
got it.
He just cracked that code.
Personal record. Dr. Brian Virgil. This will likely be my last recording. My requests to shut down the FEV program have repeatedly been denied. We've learned nothing useful in the last 10 years. Why does Father insist on continuing it? If he won't see reason, then I have to take matters into my own hands. What we're doing, it's not right. It needs to stop. If anyone should find this after I'm gone, know that I never wanted to hurt anyone. Anyone! Do you understand me? I'm gonna make sure the whole program is shut down. If not for good, then at least for years to come. After that, I know what I'm about to do will be seen as a betrayal. Treason, he'll probably call it. So, I'm leaving. I have a plan. And if it works, I'll be somewhere safe. Somewhere not even the coursers can find me. Everything that we've done, the lives we've taken. If there is a God, may he have mercy on us all.
This is Dr. Elliot reporting for the Bioscience Division. March 22-24. We just received another batch of subjects. But as my previous report stated, we're at an impasse here. More of the same won't help. The two most promising strains of FEV have been adapted to an ideal state, but we're still missing something. I am officially echoing the team's position. The most likely progress for our research on synthetic organics requires new avenues of exploration. Additional Commonwealth subjects will not help. It's the same problem across the board: exposure to too much radiation. We need someone new. There's a proposal we'll be putting forward. I am not entirely comfortable with it, but it seems the best course. This is Dr. Elliot with the official report for the Directorate from Bioscience. The date is, August 2178. I'm pleased to report that, as has been the case during my tenure, crop yields exceed expectations. In point of fact, everything down here is fine, with one notable exception. Dr. Frederick has informed me that the Directorate has pre-approved research on samples of the FEV virus, which he already has in his possession. Now, I'm not one to question the Directorate, you all know that. I don't even want to know where this came from, but, well, this is troubling. Dangerous, possibly. I will do my best to make sure risks are minimized, but I really do hope that the consequences are understood.
Operating at full capacity.
Reporting status.
I'm seriously thinking of heading over to robotics to knock some heads
Pardon me,
together.
sir.
They're dragging their
Smell
feet
like
on
you've
the
been above
targeting
ground.
package upgrades I asked for. Maybe I should take some courses with me. Send a message.
Please don't. There's enough friction as it is between us and pretty much all the other departments.
You going soft on me, Alana? My methods get results, and they will this time as well. You'll see. Sometimes you have to lean on the other departments a little to get what you need.
Hi, Doc.
So, here you are. Justin Ao. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you for the near future. Despite your relation to Father, you're a bit of an unknown quantity. I'm sure.
Why? Don't you trust me?
I'll be honest. You're an outsider. It's nothing personal. I assure. Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a brief overview of the Synth Retention Bureau. Our primary responsibility is the recovery of escaped synths that are hiding among the human population on the surface.
So basically, you're the secret police.
Secret police? If that's a pre-war reference, then I'm afraid it's lost on me. Our main instrument is the Courser, a third-generation synth assigned to operate on the surface. Coursers hunt down... They are highly self-sufficient.
Right.
But I gather you know all this, since you've been... In fact, I'd very much like to know how you defeated it.
I'm no stranger to combat.
Even so, a Courser should be more than a match for any single combatant. Now, unless you need something else, I'll get back to work.
You mentioned that coursers undergo special training.
The SRB, those who show tenacity, fearlessness, and independence. We teach them armed and unarmed combat.
Sure.
Those who pass a final evaluation become coursers.
Mm-hmm.
any machine, a synth can malfunction. Just wish it didn't happen.
Nothing to report, sir.
Take good care of yourself, and you won't have to see too much of me.
Got a minute to patch me up, Dr. Volkert?
Let's have a look. All this advanced technology, and we still can't cure the common cold. I've got just the thing. There. Good thing you didn't turn to one of those Commonwealth butchers.
Dr. Volkert, can you see to my injuries?
I have to admit, the third-generation sensor release. Well, I've certainly seen
Dr. Lee.
Took you long enough to find that evidence. Let me see what you've got.
How do I know you'll honor our agreement?
I never promised I'd return to the Brotherhood. You're just going to have to trust me. If the Brotherhood... Now hand it over.
Here you go.
A holotape? This better not be a waste of my time.
I know what I'm about to do will be seen as a betrayal. Treason, he'll probably call it. So, I'm leaving. I have a plan. And if it works, I'll be somewhere safe. Somewhere not even the Corsos can find me.
They lied to me. They lied to me, and I didn't even realize how far it went. All those years of loyalty. For nothing.
At least the Brotherhood never lied to you.
I'm such a fool. I came to the Institute to get away from the Brotherhood. From the whole world. I just wanted to do my research in peace. Father took me in and gave me access to cutting-edge technology that I only dreamed existed. I became jaded. I thought that the Institute cared, that they wanted to better mankind. Maybe in their own twisted way they still do. But now I realize if you can't trust the people you're working for, then it's all pointless. If they lied about Dr. Virgil, who knows what else they've been lying about? Or what their plans are for my work. I'll make my way back to the Brotherhood. But I'm going to have to do it on my own. I can't take any chances being seen with you. Tell whoever sent you that they've just regained the services of Dr. Madison Lee.
Scanning. Subject identified.
Synth unit, you were scheduled for maintenance duty in SRB last night. Anything you'd like to report?
Nothing to report, sir. I carried out my duties, as usual.
Dr. Ao saw you accessing a terminal. You know you are not permitted to access terminals in that section. Is Dr. Ao mistaken?
Yes. I mean, no, he's not.
I thought all the surface
I
people
was
look
only
like monsters. But you seem pretty normal.
Hey, pal.
Hi, mister. I was, but I swear it's not what it sounds like. I was cleaning the terminal, and it switched on by mistake. I was just shutting it down.
Was that a stutter? Have you developed a defect, unit? Maybe you need to be reset.
Sir, I assure you that won't be necessary. It won't happen again.
See that it doesn't. You don't want me to tell you twice. Now get back to your duties.
I can't express how truly humbling it is to stand in your presence.
I wish you could have known Father as we have.
I wish Quinton would stop telling those stupid stories.
Remember to practice good sanitation habits at all times.
Now that you've had a chance to see the Institute firsthand, what do you think?
First things first. How do I get back to the surface?
The same way you got in, of course. You are not a prisoner here. You may come and go as you please. Ultimately, unfortunately, no advancement comes without occasional setbacks. As remarkable as our synths are, they can be dangerous without proper supervision. The superior synth mind and body attempting to wrestle with something approaching free will can be a recipe for chaos.
If the synths are intelligent and self-aware, then they have a right to free will.
However closely they may approximate human behavior, they are still our creations. When you see what I have to show you, I think you'll agree that we know what is best for our synths. A rogue synth has taken over the Raider gang at Libertalia. His memories have been erased. Under his leadership, the Raiders have taken many innocent lives. I've dispatched a courser to Libertalia. I'd like you to join him and...
We'll bring that synth home.
That would be best. Now you should get moving.
Son.
Libertalia isn't hard to find. Just...
Here's your holotape, Proctor. Hope the data on that thing was worth it.
Thanks. You know, it's good to see you're still in one piece. I wasn't sure what the Interceptor would do to you.
I wasn't worried.
I have confidence in everything.
Right.
Speaking of technology I don't understand, I'll get this holotape to Proctor Quinlan. I'm dying to find out what's on it.
Hopefully it'll reveal a weakness in their defenses.
That would be the... Before we jump to conclusions, let's see what Quinlan's scribes can get off. I'm sure the Institute has... After that, we'll have to see what we've got. There's no telling what we might have grabbed off their mainframe. In the meantime, your mission to recruit Dr. Lee still needs to be completed. I believe Elder Maxson gave you all of the details. Good luck, Knight.
Well, I'm glad to see the relay didn't completely vaporize you.
The interceptor worked. It was rough, but it worked.
Amazing. And what about the serum? Did you find the serum?
Got it right here.
That's it. That's really it. All right. Let's see. Retrovirus has matured nicely. Density gradient is high. Recombinant counter-intron sequences look stable. Transcriptive exon strands have formed.
That's good.
It is. But there's only one way to know if it works. All right. Here we go. And now, we wait.
How long will it take?
I don't know. Nothing like this has ever been put under arrest in any event.
Sure.